All right, fantastic. So now the recording is started, and we're now on to our first AMA for 2022. So, happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone was able to stay safe. Got to spend time with family. I know many people are still on holidays, or maybe have mentally checked out for a little while with crypto, which is completely understandable. Crypto is quite a fast-paced moving environment, and it's always good to take a step back. Even for myself, we did launch our marketplace right on Christmas Day. Many of the core team worked around the clock during the holidays, and even myself, I took a few nights just leading up to New Year's and the day after, just as a mental recharge. And now we're into 2022. I believe that 2022 is Taboo's year. Where there's a lot of announcements that I'll make today. Most of it is general updates from the Taboo punks to other areas of the project as well. But just remember that the year is just beginning, and this project Taboo, we always say this, is a long-term project. All of you can take solace in the fact that you are invested in a project that is thinking very, very long term. Even when we got the taboo.io domain and spent six figures on it, we knew the midterm to long term impact of acquiring a domain like this. And you know, I just want everyone to know one thing, you know, large scale companies like ours, especially with the innovative tech that we're creating, especially with the disruptiveness of the adult industry that we're targeting. And we are pioneering the adult industry at the moment, actually. And these initiatives do not happen overnight. I know that at times when I step out of the chat, or I'm not around, I notice that there can be some complaints in the chat. That's not a problem. I look at that and I say it's a very small section of our investors. We have nearly 50,000 happy holders. And I need you all to remember that Taboo is a project that is not going to disappear. We are here for the long haul. We are personally invested in this. We have skin in the game, and we're very, very excited for what's to come. Very, very excited. I will share multiple announcements today, and I will also introduce Khloe on the call in a few moments here as well. But I want to just give a couple of announcements just so that we're all on the same page as well. So, first and foremost, with the Taboo punks, okay, as the first announcement here. So, we've done a lot of discussions behind the scenes on what we're going to be doing with the punks. We've decided, as obviously per the community feedback, that OpenSeas and minting on OpenSeas is the way to go. So we'll be on Ethereum chain, minted on OpenSeas. That is going to happen as well. All the punks have already been created. We have all the metadata for all of that. And what we're looking at a timeline. Sometime next week, they will be airdropped to our holders. Now, here's what's going to happen here. We see that we have not fully sold them out yet. We think there's about 3 or 4,000 left. So the individuals that have bought their punks, they will get airdropped their punks. But what we're going to do as a Taboo project is we are going to hold 2,000 of them as a corporate asset that we can use for future utility. We're not keeping them for ourselves. We're not personally holding them ourselves. We are using them as a corporate asset where we are going to then create competitions. We are then going to create various contests, and we're going to allow people the opportunity to win certain Taboo punks. And we will even look at doing another phase of the seed round for them, but at a higher price. So with the Taboo punks, if you want to get access to the tier 4 benefits and all the exclusive parties that we are, going to be generating this year, from the Taboo mansions to other VIP events, as a Taboo punks holder, which, to make a distinction, is not the same as a true tier 4 holder, I would suggest that we start buying some of our punks now if you haven't already, because they will be getting airdropped soon. We're right at that stage now, so I know we've all been very patient and waiting for the Taboo punks, but we're also going to be holding a certain amount for future utility, and that's something that it really, really excites me. Right, I look at these punks, and I've said this time and time again, they are the entry point and the portal to the world of Taboo. They are one way of doing so beyond being a tier 4 holder based on your holding amount. So there will be airdrops. We may even list some of them on OpenSeas as well. But we're looking at a timeline of around next week for the Taboo punks to be airdropped to all of you. We thank you all for your patience on this as well. Now, next announcement on top exchanges. So we have been in contact with multiple top 5 exchanges. I have told you all they are very slow moving in nature. It is holidays for them. We're reconvening contact with one that is very, very happy with our discussions so far. As well, we've sent them a lot of information, additional information that they've needed, and we're reconvening our discussions and moving forward from where we left off from the Christmas holidays. In my mind, I do believe we will be on a top 5 sex centralized exchange. I would say Q1 of 2022. So it's very, very exciting. Next announcement I want to make with regards to the Beak Talk airdrop campaign. I made an executive decision at the last moment to pull out of that campaign for a few reasons. One, many of our holders, especially some of our loyal top holders, expressed concern about doing an airdrop campaign. And I have never felt that excited about doing airdrop campaigns. I think they give scam type vibes. I wasn't really comfortable about it. So I decided to hold off on that for the reason that of community feedback. But also, I was noticing that there were many scammers trying to target our holders, especially since we did not understand how BTalk works. So we're looking at other forms of advertising in the Asian markets and different forms of advertising campaigns where we decided not to move forward with an airdrop campaign. In fact, an airdrop campaign, really, what people do is when they get the tokens, they end up selling and dumping on the project anyway. And I decided that that's not a strategy that I wanted to move forward with. And I apologize for having not made an official announcement on that. There was a few days where I was taking a break and that was my fault. I apologize, but I wanted to clear that right now while we're on the call. Next thing around the development of our marketplace. We have successfully launched version 1. Yes, there were some bugs and there were some support queries that needed to be done. Our dev team has nearly completed all of the support queries at the moment. They are working on their deliverables for V1 and the updated UI and user experience with the new software platform. We are allowing them to finish this because A, we already paid for this, and B, it's part of their contract to finish that. Now, once that is complete and the updated UI will be here this month and much sooner than you think, I would say 1 to 2 weeks as a rough estimate right now on the updated UI and UX. From there, we will be announcing a brand new dev team that are going to work in parallel with them. Now, when I say in parallel, we will slowly phase them out, but if there is synergy from both teams working together, we may keep them working together for 24-hour support, given that they're in different time zones. So we are doing that, and we will make announcements on this. We're just waiting for this completion of the updated UI and UX for V1, in which case we will then move forward with a new dev team as well. There will be more content coming. We are looking at doing more photo shoots, especially around tier 3 content. There are more models that we are negotiating with to bring on to the Taboo family as well. In terms of the liquidity lock, that's in the next few days. It needs to be unlocked. We did that 6 months ago. We are going to be doing that again as well. As for the redistributions, this is being done, but the contract handler, we know there's a specific dev that we trust. We want to make sure we're doing it right. In our contract, the numbers I think they were triple digit numbers when we were looking at it. So we're just waiting to get confirmation because the last thing we want to do is make a mistake on the contract. So that is why that hasn't happened yet. It is going to happen imminently as well. I did mention there's going to be a TV interview, a 15-minute TV interview for up and coming rising businesses on CNBC, Bloomberg, and Fox News. I am currently waiting for their contract. They're going to send me an email contract, in which case I'm going to know the date and I'm going to know how it's going to be set up. And that's when I'm going to make an official announcement on this as well. In terms of our marketplace and roadmap updates, there will be Taboo Mansion parties this year. We are looking at strategic partnerships this year. Version 2 and version 3 will be completed this year as well. And in addition, we are in a team expansion phase. We are looking at bringing on board, I would say, 2 to 3 more key individuals to help us scale our operations moving forward, in addition to the dev team. Our merch store, we are also looking at developing our merch store, and we are now focusing in on that as well. Our website, the old website that we redirect from the marketplace website, we are revamping that as well, as that is really the crypto-centric information platform that I believe it is due for an upgrade as well. So we are going to do that, and we are going to start opening up the platform for amateur model submissions as well. We are definitely going to be looking into that as well, and we're moving forward in that direction. So there is a lot to look forward to on the Taboo project, and I need to make sure that we're all on the same page here. This is not a project that's going to get to $1 billion of market cap overnight. In fact, the faster we get there, the more worried I will get. I'm looking for sustainable growth over the long term. And the marketplace release was just the first chess move out of many chess moves that we're making. We have been around for nearly 8 months. We have done a phenomenal job so far. You look at quote unquote the competition, there is no competition. All these other projects are dying. Meanwhile, we are sitting near at 100 million market cap, and we are going to continue to grow from here. And 2022 is our year. I keep saying this is our year, but I need you to think in terms of 3, 6, 9, 12-month timeframes. If you think in those timeframes, you will not become disappointed, and you will allow us the time to build out a brand that is worthy of becoming a top 10 crypto project. And that is the aim, and we aren't going to stop till we get there. So I wanted to make some announcements today. This was more, kind of a bullet point, giving information, clarifying on what's going on for all of you. And again, with the support queries, I know that some of you have said that not all of you have had your answers given. Many people have had their support queries cleared. But the dev team did take a few days break. There were people working around the clock still. But we're not robots. We're human beings. We do deserve to have time with family. We do deserve to have time to recharge and take breaks. And I gave them the permission to take a few days as well. And I think that was fair, considering they worked through the Christmas holidays as well. So, that being said, I'd like to introduce Khloe Terae on the call. So, Khloe, are you there?
Yes, I am. Happy New Year, everyone. So excited to be here, back with my Taboo family.
Fantastic. Khloe, we look at Khloe, she is really a team member for us on Taboo. She's worked very, very hard. She's been wonderful over the last, I would say, almost 6 months here as well. And Khloe, I just want to ask you, what are you most excited for 2022, would you say?
There's just so much to be excited for. I'm so excited to continue, working with beautiful models, doing amazing photo shoots for you guys. I can't wait to actually meet some of our Taboo holders at our future mansion parties. I think that's going to be so much fun. And we're really going to be able to, get to this next level with Taboo because of these amazing events that we're lining up for 2022. So there's just so much to be excited for. And we ended the year really strong with our marketplace and launching on Christmas. That was so exciting. Just in time for the holidays, we shot tons of, themed Christmas and New Year's shoots. So I hope you guys really enjoyed all of that. And I can't wait to be able to continue to use my creative ability and do all of these amazing photo shoots. And I love feedback, so I'd love to hear what you guys thought of the shoots. And I'm good with constructive criticism, so if if you got any questions about the photo shoots, please let me know. But there's just too much to be excited for. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I will add to that as well. There is more content coming from multiple shoots that we've already done. We are going to be doing more shoots as well. Now, we are even looking at now in terms of the editing process. We're gonna be creating even more unique art as well in terms of the style and how the NFTs look. But I will remind all of you, NFTs are just the starting point for us. We're also a media marketplace platform. In version 2 and version 3 of our development phases that we're going to be conducting, there is a wide range of utilities that go beyond just NFTs as well. And I will say that we had a lot of NFT sales. We had tens of thousands of dollars of NFT sales on the first day. And we're at nearly 100 million Taboo staked, which congratulations everybody. This is a substantial amount of Taboo to be staked. It means we have a lot of holders that believe in the project, that are here for the long term, and are going to become rewarded in the form of APY returns on staking for their dedication and loyalty to us as well. So, what I want to do is I want to open up the floor to some questions in this segment of the AMA. These are questions that can be directed to Khloe. And remember, she's not the technical expert on the project. So, make sure that we, ask questions that she's able to answer as well. And then from there, we'll get on to the next segment of the AMA where you can ask me direct questions as well. Nobody has a question for Khloe at the moment. So Khloe, I have a question then. So in terms of the other models, how are they feeling? I mean, are they excited to be a part of this project? Are they like what is the general sentiment of the model partners that we have on board today so far?
All of the girls we've shot with so far are all so excited to still be part of the Taboo project. Plus, I've had so many new, exciting, and exotic. I listened to you guys last time. New faces for 2022 who cannot wait to start shooting with us. So, all the girls we've shot with, Holly, CJ, Sydney, everyone, Jenny Summers, Antia, we've all had so much fun shooting these exclusive NFTs. And like you said, this is only the beginning, and we just can't wait to continue creating art for you guys. I actually have one model that I will let you know about. She's got over 1 million followers on Instagram. She's verified. She's beautiful. She comes from an Asian background, and her name is Marie Medore. She's a really good friend of mine coming out of Dallas, Texas. So she's going to be one of our new faces for sure in 2022. And there's tons more lined up. I can't release too much information yet, but it's very exciting.
Yeah, no, 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 definitely, definitely. And we are again, there's so much on our roadmap. We're gonna update that as well on our website, especially now since we're updating the website, the redirect website for taboo.community. There will be roadmap updates with more clear guidelines and timelines. But I always say that roadmaps are just that, they are guidelines, and they're always subject to change. So I know with our previous roadmap, we did quite a bit of we over delivered on certain aspects of our roadmap, and then other aspects happened a little bit later. This is normal in the business space. It's normal when you're building a project like ours as well. But we will have an updated 2022 roadmap to reflect our ongoing and future plans as well. So as Khloe said, diversity is coming. We have a lot of diversity coming in as well. And does anyone have any questions at the moment for Khloe? If not, then this was a short and sweet AMA for you, Khloe. Then, and I know you love questions, so hopefully someone can ask something here on the call.
Hey Majid,
Anybody?
hello, hello Chloe.
Hi.
My name is Marius. I'm a bit a part of the team, and I want to ask you, what do you think about I know in version 2 and version 3 we will have live cams. What what are your your thoughts about that?
So I think that there's definitely a lot of beautiful models who would love to do that. Live cams. I mean, there's definitely the porn industry, the adult industry. There's a huge, this is a huge industry. So I mean, even some of our models have done camming before. So the ones that we're actually currently working with, and I think there's going to be. It's nice. Taboo's nice because we can have all calibers of models. We can have girls top tier one all the way to three. Some girls will be very comfortable camming. Some girls won't want to do that, but that's to each their own. But I'm excited for it, and personally, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, and we need to remember one thing about Taboo. We're an exclusive premium brand, but we are catering to all kinds of models. The ones that want to do safe for work type shoots, the ones that are happy to do not safe for work type shoots as well. But we have a system in place, and I think Chloe was telling me this as well, that some of the models that maybe only focused on tier one or tier two is the maximum, they're open to doing tier three. It's just a matter of getting familiarized with our project, getting familiarized with Taboo, being around a little bit longer, getting paid. Of course, money is a good motivator, and all kinds of businesses, and anywhere you put your time and energy into, and so this is part of the plan. They're able to stay in tier one and tier two if they so choose, but they also have the opportunity to explore and move forward to tier three and potentially tier four. So we're allowing that inclusivity for everyone, and this is one thing that I love about the Taboo project, is especially around that. So thank you, Marius, for that question. For the
Uh,
marketplace,
can,
Virgin. Yeah, go on,
can I intervene?
go ahead.
Uh, okay, so my bad. I apologize. I was asking about the potential, not exactly about some model or Chloe. I know that Chloe maybe will not do that. Uh, I am asking in the future how this could help Taboo growing.
Go ahead. In what sense? What will help Taboo grow? In what sense?
Live cams
Yeah,
potential.
yeah. So, in our later versions, version two, version three, we are going to allow, interactions with creators. We are going to allow creators, if they so choose, there's going to be, staking onto individual profiles is actually going to be coming. And, people can get access to individual profiles with not only more exclusive content, but, exclusive one-on-one access with their supporters, almost like OnlyFans, but we're doing it in a blockchain environment, and we're doing it with Taboo. And so all of that is coming, and the ladies have a choice when they build out their followings on Taboo and on our platform. They have the ability to do that. Private shows, live cams. They have the ability to do that, especially in the tier four side of our business. So all of that is coming, as well as live events, cross chain, fiat, asset bridges, on ramp. We're gonna be going cross chain with all the hottest networks as well. In terms of tech development, this does not happen overnight. This takes quite a long time, and so that's where I was urging the community to be patient around all of this, because really the projects that survive, you know, bear markets, quote unquote, are the ones that have innovative tech. It's the tech projects that survive. This is something that I know from experience in the crypto space, and so this is something that Taboo is already done. I've said this before. Our source code is we're keeping it private. We're not going to publicize this on GitHub in any way, because I look at this like intellectual property and what we're building. And there's a lot more features that are coming. Review that on the white paper, and arm yourselves with knowledge, because knowledge is what helps people hold and keeps them holding. Because it's all about time in the market, not timing, as I always say this. So, great question, Marius, there as well. Any other questions for Chloe? If there is no more questions, then This was a short call for you, Khloe. Then I'll move on to the next segment of the AMA.
Last chance, guys. Would love to hear from you.
What was this? Hi, this is Steve. What was these mansion parties you're talking about for holders?
Yeah, so one thing I'll answer that. So, as much as we're a crypto project, we're also an entertainment company as well. So we are, riding off of uh, Playboy and what they've accomplished over the years. In fact, speaking of mansions, I believe that Playboy has stopped all their mansions. I think I read something about that recently. Not sure if Khloe knows about this,
Yes,
but
they're no longer doing Playboy Mansion parties at the Playboy Mansion, and it's a huge loss. They haven't done it since Hef passed away. So there is a huge market for us to actually step in, with our Taboo mansions and hold Taboo mansion parties for our holders. So this is definitely something we're working on for the future, and we can definitely see it happening in 2022. So that's why we were mentioning, we have lots of big plans, and doing, let's say, a Taboo Halloween themed party could be very potential at our Playboy style mansion, our Taboo mansion.
exactly,
Very cool.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And Taka, you asked the question about events and major partnerships. I mean, remember, I'm going to be going live on air on CNBC, Bloomberg, and Fox News for 15 minutes. When you look at the exposure of that alone, I mean, that in and of itself is a major, major event for Taboo, let alone major exchange announcements, let alone strategic partnerships we're working on, let alone model partnerships, let alone all the live events we're doing, merch store, digital magazine, radio show, all of these things that we're doing, marketplace development, more marketing. I am going to be doing we want to do a major YouTube campaign as well. We want to start to actually publicize this TV interview, and we want to make sure that the word gets spread that Taboo is going to be going live on air, and I will be there myself. James is looking at being on there as well. So again, we have a lot to look forward to this year. A lot to look forward to this year. Um, so great. Any other questions for Khloe? We'll leave maybe one more question and then we'll move forward.
Sure, I have a question for Khloe. Khloe, just from a community standpoint, what would you say is your favorite NFT available right now on the marketplace?
That's an easy one, especially because we just got into 2022. It's a group shot with Magdalena, myself, CJ, Holly, and Jenny Summers, and we all have our New Year's party hats on, and we actually had the blasters with all the sparklers come out at us, and we were all nude, so it was super sexy. It was so much fun to shoot, and it's a great shot of all five of us amazing Taboo ladies.
Yeah, and I will add that there's a plethora of content that from our previous shoots that we haven't even added to the marketplace yet. We focused on the Christmas type content, and I will mention that with the updated UX and UI, it will lead to a more seamless experience. We're going to be categorizing, uh, you know, content based on models. We are looking at even more strategies around, on the tiers and maybe tiering previews for tier three and what that'll look like. Remember that we always said that the marketplace when we launched it, this was always the first version of thousands of versions, and this is always going to be updated and improved and modified as we move forward, and we're never going to have a final product ever, right? So and Pavan, when it comes to promotions, I'll let Khloe answer this. You had asked, you said, when can we expect our model partners to promote Taboo through their social media channels? I mean, Khloe, you would agree that they promote quite a bit. I mean, if people look at their Instagrams and their Twitters, they'll see that Taboo is being promoted, and you would agree that almost on a weekly basis, we are getting promoted from our models, correct, Khloe?
Yep, of course. No, I mean, we are constantly promoting Yes, of
I,
course. We are promoting constantly on all of our social media networks. I definitely check in with the girls, especially for our marketplace launch. I had every single model that shot for Taboo all posted on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever their big social media followings are. I even posted on my Facebook and my Snapchat because I still have lots of followers over there too. But collectively, we were reaching like hundreds of millions of people that aren't even yet involved with crypto. And the best thing about having us models that are also social media influencers is that I've had so many first time crypto buyers buying Taboo literally because they see us girls promoting it consistently. You see somebody post something one time, you're not going to believe in it, but when you see somebody posting it again and again and again on, like you said, a weekly matter or even more than so, that makes people, more interested and more intrigued, especially in this crypto space. I read somewhere, I believe this is true, that only 30% of Americans currently hold crypto in general. So if we can reach all that other 70% that are just starting to get into it and just starting to learn about this crypto space and NFT space, I mean, 2022 is just going to be a huge year for us as Taboo and crypto and NFTs in general. So there's just so much to be looking forward to. And I'm excited to bring new people. Even some of the models that we're working with had never held a crypto before, or knew about crypto or NFTs or anything. So it's just fun to be able to teach everyone about this and to bring them into our Taboo family.
yeah, and I think we have another question for you as well, Chloe. Because this individual doesn't use a mic. He said, "Are there any upcoming interviews for the models?" I think someone had mentioned Joe Rogan or something along those lines. I'm not sure where Joe Rogan came from, but I think he's just referencing more interviews with models. Um,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
suppose. I mean,
it would be
yeah,
so
go on.
great. We've spoken about doing like a Taboo podcast or radio show in the past. And I think that we should really bring that to light because, doing interviews that we also have video with, where it's not just this ask me anything, where it's, it's a little easier, a little less nerve wracking, but it would be great to get to know your Taboo models better. And I would love to organize that for 2022 so that, every episode could be a different model partner guest and we could interview them and you can learn more about your models.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is part of our roadmap plans for 2022 as well. So great question, Aaron, as well. Great. Any other questions for Chloe on the call right now?
I have one question for you.
Yep.
Um, First off, Happy New Year's to you. We have a model Discord thread, and a couple community members, including myself, browse Instagram and various social medias for prospective models. I was wondering if any of you ladies could possibly look at that thread and maybe in the future try to contact some of these models just as a way to recruit new girls.
Yes, and as Taboo's model manager officially, and Happy New Year to you as well. I would definitely, I will join that group that you were talking about. I'm sure Majid can send it to me after the chat. And yeah, I'm always looking for new faces. And if you guys have suggestions from Instagram or other social media, like we're trying to bring on as many new faces. But at the same time, I know Majid has mentioned this before. In the beginning parts, we are being very selective because we want to make sure that our girls are the full package. They're willing to shoot with us. They're willing to be consistent. They're willing to promote us consistently. There's lots of beautiful women out there, and I'm not saying anything about anyone, but sometimes it's hard to get them to, show up and do the promoting and actually post about Taboo because the modeling industry, I've been in it for about 10 years and I've seen almost everything, I'd say. So it's good, especially for me, to kind of know these girls a little bit. So that way, when we're bringing them into our shoots and traveling with them and having them host our future Taboo mansion parties, we know that these are reliable, amazing women who really want to be part of the project and bring Taboo to the next level altogether. So definitely interested in meeting new faces and taking new girls on, but really happy with the ones that we have right now as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I think someone had just mentioned about the when will the new website design go live. One thing I've learned, and I will make one point, Daniel, as well with your question. So, these ladies, we're I mean, we have them we have, specific, we've dealt with quite a bit of, legalities around, contracts, which I don't like dealing with that. But what I will say is the models that come on board and work with Taboo, there are exclusive elements to these contracts where, there's, for example, a non-compete clause where for about a period of, I believe it's over a year, they're unable to, go and work with a direct competitor. So we have been very, very, diligent in making sure that the ladies, before they even get onto photo shoots with us and want to become a part of Taboo, have some sort of commitments and ties to Taboo as well. So this is something that I want everyone to remember and this is actually one thing that this top five exchange, that was the only thing that they cared about beyond everything else on this touch base call that I had with them, and how amazed and wowed they were about how we've ran this project so far. They were really, really interested in this. And this is something that we have in place, right? So this is very bullish information that I'm sharing. Now, in terms of the website design, one thing that I've learned in tech, especially dealing with developers, and I've understood this from other project leaders with their development teams and people who have experience with development. Whatever timeline a developer gives you, it's never the actual timeline. So when I said 7 to 10 days for the updated UI, again, that was ambitious, right? So we're looking at, I hopefully with 1 to 2 weeks from now, I would say 2 weeks maximum, the updated UI will be there. So I would give a timeline of 1 to 2 weeks as an estimated timeline as well for all of you. So good question as well. Um, good. So any other questions for Khloe at the moment? If not, then we'll move on to the next segment. Okay, so Khloe, thank you again for being on the call. I know that I have a call with you after this call, so we'll jump on our own touch base call together.
Awesome.
And again, we thank you for taking the time to show your face to the community and to help answer questions as well. So thank you again.
Of course, always happy to be here. And again, Happy New Year to all of our Taboo holders. I'm so excited for what's to come. It's going to be an amazing year. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Great. So now, I'll open up the floor to community questions directed to me. So.
Hey there. Sorry to jump in. I just
Hello.
have to leave really soon, so I'll just jump in right now. I'm the Quebecer who's been really annoying with the Certic thing, and I just
Yes.
noticed that it's been completed. Well, it's at 100% on their website. I don't know if you even knew this. I know the audit is not available. It's not even available to see yet. There's a delay for that,
I
but
wasn't
it's
even aware if it's completed.
there. You
Wow.
go.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to them today and confirm this. That I never got notified. Interesting.
Well, there
Very,
you
very
go.
interesting.
So I want to commend you on delivery for this. I know I've been annoying with it, but it was really important for me and some people that I know. So good job with that. That being said, I have two questions. A little other thing I'll be
Yeah.
annoying with. The last AMA I participated in was in late October, I think, and I mentioned the liquidity expiring. Well, a third of it actually expiring in 3 days from now.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
explain what that entitles? Because I know you mentioned something at the beginning of the AMA about it. And my second question would be, maybe you don't have an answer for me, but it's about that annoying Bitmart situation. Because even before the hack, we could not withdraw. And I've had coins that were part of the hack, and even those are reinstated right now, while Taboo is still not able to withdraw. Taboo being just
Yeah.
another token on the Binance Smart Chain, I don't understand what the big holdup is. But at this point, my only choice, if that remains the situation, will be to sell them and buy them elsewhere, which is sucks a
Yeah.
little, especially that
Yeah.
the price is always lower there than it actually worth.
Okay. So I'll answer your first question as well.
Yep.
Can you repeat what the first question was?
The first
If you
question
have
was
it.
about liquidity that expiring. I know you said
Yes.
that you need to do something with it or whatever. I just want to know
Yes.
what's
Yes.
going
Yes.
on.
Yes. Yes. So we did our liquidity locking for 6 months at a time. That was under my prerogative. In my
Okay.
experience working on crypto projects, when we saw, to give you a background with PancakeSwap, when they went from version 1 to version 2, many projects needed to migrate to version 2. Many projects died because they were unable to unlock their liquidity and move it to the new token that they had to make for V2. Does that make sense? They
Yeah.
were unable to do that. So when projects liquidity lock for 1 year, 10 years, 100 years. It is the most foolish thing that you can do on a crypto project, because you create a systemic risk that you cannot get out of.
Circumvent, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
understand.
So we locked the first, there was half the liquidity that was a few months ago that was unlocked. We relocked it right away. With this unlock happening coming up, we are going to relock it right away, as we always do. So
Okay.
this is there's no issues there. And a lot of the times, why projects liquidity lock for 10, 100 years, to be quite frank, it's usually those shit coins that they're trying to show their community that they're not a scam or a rug. Again, we've
Right.
been around for so many months already that let's just keep it real. If we were to rug, we would have done it a long time ago. Do you get my point?
Right.
It's just
You've
so
went pretty far to start doing that, yeah. Yeah.
like there's no incentive for us to do that actually at all. In fact, so there's no need to worry there on the liquidity side as well. So good.
Are we going to see it
As
renewed before it expires, or it's something that we have to wait on the day itself to see it renewed?
So I'm not actually well versed on this, and I don't handle that
Okay.
part. So James does. I will. Regardless, it's going to be relocked, whether it's right before or right when it unlocks. We relock it again. It will be relocked. So you have nothing to worry about there. As for
Perfect.
Bitmart, I'll just I'll be completely candid. They when we actually went with them and chose their marketing package and chose paid our listing fee, they actually went against their word on the services they were supposed to provide to us. I'm saying this openly. They I don't want to say they scammed me, but they misled myself and James, and we were very unhappy with them. And I don't like Bitmart as an exchange all around. And while the hack happened to them, and I empathize with anyone that had that happen. I don't think that Bitmart is an exchange that I personally, if I had the choice, I would want to delist from them myself, right? So
Right.
I'm sorry that you're experiencing what you're experiencing. I will do my part again and reach out to them as well.
Okay.
But they've they have not been pleasant to deal with. They are the worst exchange that we've dealt with, unfortunately. I anticipate that when we're on another top 5 exchange, I'm going to probably ask to delist from that exchange anyways.
But
So
did they give you guys like a technical reason for the issue, or they just don't reply like they do with their users, basically? Because that's the thing with them; they don't even reply to a like regular user support. Well, at least in my own experience, I've had to fix my own problems. But is that what they do
they
with you
don't
guys?
they're not really giving us clear answers.
Right.
That's the problem. So
The
it
runaround.
is just as frustrating for us as it is for you. But again, I will do my part today, and I will reach out to them again and see what's
Okay, I
going
don't
on.
hold you
But
against it, but I appreciate it. I really do.
yeah. No, I thank you for the questions as well.
Thank you so much, Majid. Take care.
And again, for the Taboo punks, again, next week we're looking to airdrop them as well. So Arjun, if you can have that answer. And I did mention that Taboo is going to hold as a corporate asset about 2,000 of them ourselves, to be used for future utility, to be used for different competitions. To maybe we might even do a round 2 sell phase, which will be at a higher price than what we're doing now. It's like a Series B type seed round, where we might even list some of them on OpenSeas as well. We're going to keep 2,000 of them as a corporate asset for the purpose of future utility, which I think is a very, very smart move as well, considering that the punks hold quite a lot of intrinsic utility as it stands as well. So we're looking to get the punks out to all of you as soon as possible, to be minted and then aired on OpenSeas and then airdrop to your wallets as well. So exciting times ahead for the Taboo punks. Good. Any other questions right now on this call?
Yeah, I have a question if it's okay. and you can
Yeah,
hear me.
go ahead.
Um,
Yeah.
well, I love the project, and I see kind of the similar vision as everybody, that it's endless possibilities. And from the radio show to the Taboo Mansions, what do you believe is the next step, and what would you say you would do differently than
Yeah.
2021, given that there's not always a fixed timeline for developers, and there are always, glitches to fix, etc. If we're talking about a project that never ends, because there are endless possibilities, what do you think is next that will be, let's say, the stepping stone to get that kind of visibility and credibility of being the project, like Playboy in the crypto space? And yeah, what
Yeah,
would you do differently than 2021?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question. I think that, maybe it's my type A personality, and it's just my go-getter attitude where, I've developed a persona of, you can't rely on anyone but yourself. So, certain at times during the project, I personally have carried it myself on my shoulders, but it's like it was by choice. Even if there's, a team member that's available to do this task or priority, you know, one thing I've learned is nobody can ever do as good of a job as you at what you do. And so, you know, perhaps what I could have done differently is been more open to team expansion earlier in the year as well. But that's something we're looking at now. I have to delegate a little bit more. We're gonna, in order for us to scale, we're like I said, we're gonna bring in 2 to 3 more key members on the team. So I guess that's probably one thing that I could have done differently. I would say that the other thing was not, succumbing to the pressure of the community for releasing the version 1 marketplace at the time that we did. I did
Hmm.
feel pressure at the time to release it, and so it was released fairly prematurely, unfortunately, as well. But we're past that now. The marketplace is live. We're phasing in a new dev team as well. So those are probably the 2 main things that I would say. But in terms of how the year has gone, there is a lot to be grateful for. Is the way that I look at it. There is a lot to be grateful for. We're on the world map now. There is the potential is so big that we look at someone like James, who's already established. He's already retired theoretically, right? Even he puts in the work knowing the potential of this project, because it's just we're not going to let it go to waste. Does that make sense? We are not going to let it go to waste. Like it's this is the potential to become hundreds of billions of market cap, right? But the one thing that I think that the community needs to remember is that you need to give us time. You need to give us time. I mean, someone like James, who's worked so hard, and I've worked so hard. Like, I took a 2-day break for the first time in 6 months, 7 months recently, right? And I think we deserve that, right? And I think that the Taboo project itself, I believe that we had a lot of bad luck in the first year. Every time we had a bit of momentum earlier on, some of our early holders know about this. There would be some fake Federal Reserve news. Elon Musk would make a tweet about Bitcoin, a negative tweet about Bitcoin. The BSC network shut down for like a week. It was brutal. I don't know if you all remember this, but it just seemed that that the majority of our efforts were being met with circumstances we couldn't control. But what happened, I remember this day. We went CMC trending. We were trending right up next to Bitcoin and Shiba Inu. It was a day that the market was bullish and green. And then out of nowhere, we just went into the stratosphere. And I believe that we created our luck by our sheer determination and willpower and never giving up. I mean, at a time when projects were all holding off on marketing spend, we were pumping more marketing spend during a bear market. We launched literally during a bear market. I want everyone to remember that. And look where we are now. So there's a lot that we can be grateful for on the Taboo project. But I will say that you know that a lot of our team did end up getting COVID. I ended up getting COVID. as well recently. So if it seems like there were some aspects of our project that was a little slower moving in the last few weeks, well, we had a lot of our team members had health issues, right, and they were needing to recover from COVID as well. So yeah, but that's a very good question, and I think that um, 2022 there's really a lot to look forward to, and it's just a matter of taking it one day at a time, taking it one day at a time. So
Well,
good question.
thank you for
Good question.
your answer, and it's not a criticism; it's just a comment. So let it be
I mean,
taken as
I
such.
mean, yeah.
I
I mean,
would I would just I
I think the
see
other thing
how much
I'll mention
you're
I'll mention
sorry,
one other
just you're
thing.
in the
I
you okay, go ahead.
I think one other thing that I think could have been done. I mean, hey, I wasn't aware that the dev team. I mean, if I could go back in time, would I have chosen a different dev team? Probably. That is
No,
also
this my reference is completely different. It's
yeah.
I would suggest you take a lot of your time to be on the community on Telegram every day. It gives this reassurance to all us investors and to the team and everybody. My comment is I would suggest you take a break because we all rely on you. So spend maybe a bit less time chats
We do need
and
you
I
alive.
we need you alive and well, right? So
uh,
so
I mean,
it's understandable.
yeah.
Tell us you take a week off and it's fine. Make delegate the development team or the other members to answer the questions, and take care of yourself, my friend. Thank you for answering the questions, and go Taboo.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Good, good. Any other questions right now on the call?
I
Hi,
just want to tell you that you sound. Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. Sorry.
I got a few questions for staking. I missed the beginning of the call, so some of these might be addressed. So sorry about that if I
Yeah,
ask it again. But
yeah.
for staking, I was wondering, like, will like a daily compounder be added to the staking? Is that in the plans at all, or so that we can get like bonus APY or?
So what I know for sure is every Monday, the weekly staking data reflects what happened for early stakers was they had to manually retroact. I think was the word for it. They had to retroactively manually update the stake data, and I believe it's all been updated as well now. Now you will see the weekly returns generated, and of course it's compounded up to 16% per year. Now, because it's centralized staking, we're the ones that are setting that APY. We could raise it in the future if we wanted. I think 16% is quite reasonable, and considering that holders are placing their trust and faith in our project by locking up their tokens for a minimum of 3 months, that gives us time from now into the next 3 months to further incentivize stakers to continue staking. So we're looking at strategies to keep our stakers happily staking, if that makes sense, right? So we're talking different benefits, different kinds of rewards, for stakers as well. So we're looking into all of that too, and we may move to a decentralized staking platform. It all just comes down to how sustainable it is. Right now, the staking is sustainable as it is, but I had, just so everyone's aware, I had removed the decentralized staking aspect of our platform and liquidity mining for V1 because people don't know what liquidity mining is, and we need time to market and help people understand how that all works. So when we get to that stage, I will phase that back in. But to answer your question, the staking is 16% APY, and the returns are reflected weekly as a result of that.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, and I just checked as well. Like, another question I was going to ask is that some of the staking was earned at 12%. Like if we staked earlier, and then like it changed to 16%, but it's now reflected. So good job on that.
Yeah. Very good. I'm very happy to hear that because there was lots of support queries that were happening, and the dev team had to address them individually as well as continue development. at the same time. So I'm happy to hear that. So that's great. That's great.
Yeah. And then one more question for staking. Is it possible in the future for like it can be added to like a general, I don't know what you would call it, maybe a pool where like you stake once and it's locked with 3 months, but you can continue to add to that original stake? Would that be possible?
Yeah, you know, I would say that, again, um, I believe right now how the staking platform works is, you can, yeah, to answer your question, it is technically possible. Absolutely, that is absolutely technically possible. Now
Yeah.
I had to make a decision earlier, late last year. Either we delay the launch until the new year, until the updated UI and UX was there, or we launched the marketplace so we had a working product. And I'm very happy to say that all the functionalities are working. That's number one. I'm happy to say that the marketplace is safe. That's number two. I'm happy to say that we have had a lot of staking, and there's going to be probably 100 million more staked in the next few days here, because a lot of our top holders, now that they see that the staking issues have been resolved, they're happily going to go and stake as well. But these technical improvements, advances, changes. Like, I'll give you an example. I want to make sure that there's data that's showing the total amount that's staked for everyone to see. All these little nuances that get improved on, the look and feel and functionality of the marketplace. That's all going to be added, week in and week out. Does that make sense? So it is
Th-
technically possible as well to do it that way. It's just now a matter of, right now, our biggest focus is just getting the updated UI and user experience out, because then it'll be easier for people to search for NFTs, because it's kind of difficult right now to search through them. Like, all our new NFTs are like at last page, so, and I don't
Yeah,
like that. You know what I mean. So
I know what you
so
mean.
and then from there, like I said, new dev team being phased in, and then just build off of what we have.
Right. Thanks for your answers.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Lucky, to answer your question, there's 10 billion total tokens. Uh, Total tokens. Yeah, there's 10
Question.
billion.
Well, I
Yeah,
just got into this question
yeah,
for you, Majid. In the
yeah.
last Armor call, you said something about a television interview or radio interview about Fox News or something like that.
Yes,
I was just wondering if that is still on the table, something like that, or
it is.
will it be delayed, or
It is still on
yeah.
the table. Yeah, we were approached by these media broadcasting channels, CNBC, Bloomberg, and Fox News, for a 15-minute TV interview on up and coming businesses as well. I'm just waiting for their email for the contract. I have to sign a contract for them, and at that point, I'm going to have more details as to when exactly it's going to be. But it's early this year is when it's going to be. Um, so, how it works is, just so you're aware. I mean, when I say it's live, I believe it's going to be recorded, and then it's going to be going on the it's going to be going on those channels for 15 minutes. Usually, these broadcast stations, what they do is a mixture of like live, and then also they have pre-recorded shows. So regardless, it will look live to everyone that's there. So so I'm very, very excited about that. That's going to be massive, massive exposure for us. So
Yes, I think so too. Well, then thank you for answering my question. That was it already. Thanks, you are doing a good work. Yes.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll take one more question, and then I will wrap it up.
Hi, I have a question. Firstly, I just want to say thank you for everything. You've clearly been working dead hard, and I'm glad you took a couple of days over Christmas and New Year to chill out, because you and the team clearly deserve it. My question is there any incentive for the models to hold their taboo that they've earned through selling their NFTs,
Absolutely, because
other than it being a great token to hold, obviously?
Yeah, so I mean, at the moment, right? When here's the thing, so when we relaunched the marketplace, we had set the amount of Taboo tokens for each NFT based on a previous price point that we don't no longer have, which was about two and a half times. It was two to two and a half times more expensive. So the ladies understand that it's not. You sure the let's say you buy an NFT for $300 or at 30,000 Taboo, you know that's the value of Taboo today, right? So they understand that holding Taboo is really really important. So that's what we have in place at the moment for them, right? Um, and a lot of these ladies, the incentive is beyond just holding the token. It's getting their foot in the door with in the crypto space. I mean, you look at someone like Khloe, look at some of these other ladies, they're becoming more familiarized with crypto. In
Yeah,
fact, their brands are becoming strengthened through us, right? I always tell the ladies, and I've told Khloe this as well. I'm like, sure, Khloe's done an amazing job. These ladies have done an amazing job for us, but we've also done an amazing job for them. Does that make sense? So it's the that's the conversations that we have with them, and they understand that this is an opportunity for them. Does that make sense? It's a massive opportunity for them, right?
yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So
Is there? Sorry, I'm going to add to my question. Is there any plans to add further utility to the NFTs in the future? So it's
yeah,
not. I
like I
mean,
know
they're
I
amazing pieces of art at the moment, but is there any plan to add any
yeah.
further utility?
Yeah, definitely. And that's why we have our Discord. People are making suggestions, and the idea for me is to now that they're all recorded, it's easy for us to browse back and look at them. I know some people had mentioned NFT farming, NFT staking. There's a lot more that can be done absolutely with the utilities of the NFT. Someone had brought up about renting NFTs or renting punks, and these are all some of these ideas are new to me, but I'm looking at all of them more closely as well. So absolutely, we're always looking to improve the utility of our token and of the NFTs as well. Like for example, I think animated NFTs, like I need to get them going very quickly here. People would love buying, animating, spinning cards of the different models and different collections. That would be very cool. And as well as just the kind of art that we're portraying. Like right now, such we've had such some of the best photographers in the world take these photo shoots, and these NFTs are not only quite exclusive, but they're quite amazing to own, and you see the quality there. But I want to make sure that each NFT becomes more and more unique in terms of the style of artwork as well. That's something I'm talking to Khloe about as well. So yeah, good question.
Awesome, thank you.
Great. So um, yeah, I think okay. I'll answer one more question and then we'll wrap it up. Oh yeah, and also Sean,
Um,
I'll answer this. I'll answer this too before I answer your question. Whoever just spoke there. We are able to actually like at this stage, the marketplace can sustain video NFTs already, right? I mean, we're looking into that as well. So it's not just we're not just looking at JPEG NFTs and that's it. I mean, there's a lot more utility coming in. Like, we're going to be going into VR, virtual reality. We're even looking at video NFTs. We can't upload them, but we're able to do that right now, actually. In fact, I was going to talk to Chloe. It's soon here to discuss, next shoots, uh, have them be video NFTs, some of them as well, right? So we have that. We have the tech in place already for that. But we are going to be exploring VR. We are going to be exploring the metaverse. I want to do the metaverse. I know that that's the next big hype. I don't want to do it right away because I believe that a jack of all trades is a master of none, and I just think that that's like Q2 2022 or Q3 the metaverse, right? VR would probably come in before metaverse as well. So yes, there's a lot to look forward to on this project, and I think someone had a question here as well that I had cut them off.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I'm glad you were saying that stuff. It's cool. It's coming. Um, I was just wondering about like since the B Talk airdrop campaign was canceled, is there going to be one
Yes.
coming soon that's replacing that, or are you waiting for the Fox News interview and launching it then?
No. I think I wanna explore Asian markets definitely, right? I'm looking at different kinds of advertising that we can do. I'm quite grateful that I canceled it because um, I think that actually airdrop campaign could have hurt us more than it could have helped us actually. And I hate to say it, but I'm just glad that I had the foresight to cancel it last minute. So, but yes, we're definitely looking at other campaigns. I do want to do a massive YouTube campaign around the video interview, and I'm talking like get a couple big name YouTubers as well as a high volume of mid-scale to small-scale YouTubers with dedicated communities that they have to talk about this upcoming video interview as well as everything else on Taboo. So, I think that the TV interview should be marketed in a big way. So,
All right, thank you. Excited to see
yeah,
this
no
stuff
problem.
come out.
Good. So, I think this is a good time to wrap up the AMA. Again, it'll be recorded. So, if you know anyone else that owns Taboo, urge them to listen to this AMA as well. Again, we have good news on the top 5 sects. One of them that we're talking to. We're reconvening our discussions after January 5th since they're on holidays as well. The Taboo Punks should be airdropped sometime next week. We're aiming for that as well. And I mentioned that we're keeping a select amount as a corporate asset for Taboo for future utilities. Website's going to be updated. I've talked a lot about the roadmap being updated as well. More content is on the way as well. We have a team expansion is going on. We're looking at bringing in onboarding 2 or 3 key individuals. A new dev team is going to be phased in to work alongside this current dev team or to fully phase them out. I'm going to see how this relationship works between both of them working alongside each other as well. Um, Merch store is coming. Phase 2 and phase 3 is going to be started, right when the new UI and UX is coming, which should be around 1 to 2 weeks from now. So, there's a lot to look forward to this year, right? I think we have a very bullish roadmap ahead of us, and I'm just grateful that we have such a strong and loyal, dedicated community. I love being on these calls. And like I said, with regard to the video interview, more information will be revealed once I get the contract emailed to me on the date in which that happens as well. So again, thank you everybody for your time. Happy New Year to everybody. And again, Taboo is 2022 is going to be Taboo's year. Thank you, everyone.